Y hola gente del mundo, aquí el Birri con el siguiente gameplay de Dragon Age Inquisition, la cual, como ya pueden ver, ya tengo a Morrigan en el feudo celestial junto con lo que parece ser el hijo, ¿no?
You're the
Sí,
Inquisitor.
sí, y tú eres el hijo.
I thought you'd be scarier. Mother said you were scary.
Some people seem to think I'm the most frightening thing in the world.
Mother says they would think the same about me if they knew.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on his hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man. My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad, perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Will his father be joining us as well?
I have raised Kieran on my own for quite some time now, as was my preference from the start. So 'tis but the two of us. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
Pero... ¿y Alistair? ¿Alistair? Él debería de saber, ¿no?
There's something rather unusual about him.
There is. He is a special lad. It falls to me to protect him from anything and anyone that mean him ill. Most of all, he must be protected from myself. No one could harm him more than I. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tarar Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
We were lucky to have found it when we did.
Fate is often mistaken for luck, as Mother is fond of saying. The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
¿Lo jura?
You swear it? That's rather serious.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
Bueno, ya parece que tenemos algo de información. No tengo que técnicamente... ¿O sí? Vamos a preguntarle, ¿será que se puede? Vamos a ver. ¿Algún resumen de
I
lo que pasó en
understand
el
you have
Dragon Age
spared
Origin?
the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah yes, whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari Wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. It was the reason the Blight was defeated. I wish things had gone differently in the end. It had to be, yet. And after that I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Como que tuvo que ser así. De pronto cambiaría el comentario si yo con mi personaje de Dragon Age Origin, hubiese yo aceptado lo de tener un hijo.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Until next time, then.
Bueno, vamos a la mesa de guerra para ver que hay dos tipos de misiones que se me desbloquearon. Una es secundaria pero a la vez importante y otra que es parte de la trama. Así que vamos a hacer esa, la secundaria pero importante.
It's time to plan our next attack. What's the state of the Inquisition?
We're well loved in Orlais. Say the words and Empress Celine will send her support.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus's followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
We've beaten their god twice over. Corypheus must be livid.
After you dealt with the Duchess, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds. He's moving south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
Good of Corypheus to make it easy to find him. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish him.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one. Fortunately, I can assist.
I'll ignore that you wandered in without knocking. You have my attention.
What Corypheus seeks in those Forgotten Woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
'Tis best if I show you.
Enseñarme qué cosa.
This is an illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
Ah, este es el de la expansión, el de una de las expansiones, el de uno de los DLC de Dragon Age Origins.
You can restore an artifact like this.
There was a price, but one I gladly paid. I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach. Thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Illuvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
Ya, y
If this place once had a name, it has long been lost. I call it the Crossroads, a place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be.
This place is extraordinary. How could this even exist?
Who can say? Formed from the fabric of time and space, perhaps. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them. As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unusable. As for the rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
What do you mean, a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
With a key.
I suppose you have such a key.
The key can be many things. Each Illuvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
Corypheus wants to come here.
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
Fade in the flesh. Like Corypheus wanted to do with the anchor.
He learned of the Illuvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
Interesante, interesante. Así que quedó desbloqueada esta parte. Ah, ¿existe la parte del jardín?
I imagine your forces will be heading into the Arbor Wilds very soon, Inquisitor. Trust me when I say that wherever the Illuvian is hidden, it is worth any effort to prevent Corypheus from acquiring it.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Until next.
Ok, entonces vamos ahora hacia la mesa de guerra. Vamos ahora hacia la mesa de guerra porque tengo que resolver algunos asuntos ahí. Por ejemplo, Blackwall ha desaparecido. No lo tengo ni disponible. Por esa razón no quiero hacer la misión de la trama principal hasta poderlo hallar. Que no sé si de pronto en la misión secundaria de elegir a la divina vaya a haber alguna pelea o algo así. Oh, ahora tengo a Morrigan al lado. Esto es lo que necesito. Miles y miles de misiones han salido desde que hice la misión de ojos crueles, corazones rotos. Dios. Tengo más misiones que investigar aquí. Ok. La ciudad donde todo empezó. ¿Cuál? Ah, no, espérate. Esto es qué cosa. Sufro aún las consecuencias de los saltos de fanático Anders. ¿Y cuál fue una vez mi hogar? Sebastián. A ver.
Let us begin.
No la puedo hacer porque requiero a la otra. Visitar las ruinas élficas, lo que ha traído el orgullo. Esa es la trama. Casa de... Por devuelto. Che, qué raro, ¿dónde está? No, espérate, creo que había que ir a Ball Royale, pero primero, ¿dónde está? ¿Sí? Que entre en juego nuestros agentes, podemos poner el describir y su relación con Florian para que todo el mundo lo vea.
Inquisitor.
Bueno, no tengo con quién otras personas hacerlo. Ah, claro, me acuerdo que yo había dejado una misión acá. Que había descubierto en esa zona un túnel, pero que se había ya derrumbado, así que con esto ya logré desbloquear. Yo era afectado por la guerra civil. Bueno, ahora voy retirándome. A ver cómo era. Eso estaba por acá. En el diario. No. ¿Cómo carajo se llama la misión? No, eso no, ya eso se vio. ¿Dónde carajos está esa misión? Por el amor de Dios, ¿qué? ¿Lo tengo que investigar o otra parte? Ah, tendré que mirar el video anterior a ver cómo era la misión. Carajo. Bueno, no me quiero hacerme más spoilers porque resulta que lo de la vaina del candidato a la nave divina se hace en el final del juego. Así que no quise leer más. Por ahora entonces habrá que hacer la misión secundaria de Blackwall. Asista a la ejecución de Murray. Menudo enredo que había. Oh, genial, y ahora llueve.
Cyril Mornay, for your crimes against the Empire of Orlais. For the murders of General Vincent Callier, Lady Laurette Callier, their 4 children, and their retainers. You are sentenced to be hanged from the neck until dead. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Very well.
Ah. Human justice.
Poor bastard. So, where's food? Orlesians always stock these things.
Proceed.
Stop!
Blackwall?
A Grey Warden.
This man is innocent of the crimes laid before him. Orders were given and he followed them like any good soldier. He should not die for that mistake.
Then find me the man who gave the order.
Blackwall! No, I am not Blackwall. I never was Blackwall. Warden Blackwall is dead, and has been for years. I assumed his name to hide like a coward from who I really am.
You, after all this time.
It's over. I'm done hiding. I gave the order. The crime is mine. I am Thom Rainier.
What?
Better? Here?
Shut it.
I don't have a concern about this Corypheus or...
And when it all cleared, she was still in charge. So what was...
Why not? Those who oppose thee shall know the wrath of heaven. Field and forest shall burn. The sea
algo
shall
ahí.
rise and devour them.
Pero supongo que será una misión secundaria. Bueno, al menos cargo rápido.
I didn't take Blackwall's life. I traded his death. He wanted me for the Wardens, but there was an ambush. Darkspawn. He was killed. I took his name to stop the world from losing a good man. But a good man, the man he was, wouldn't have let another die in his place.
Was the bailiff telling the truth? Did you really do those things?
Yes, I did. It's all true. It's time we all took a good look at who I really am.
Don't you understand? I gave the order to kill Lord Callier, his entourage, and I lied to my men about what they were doing. When it came to light, I ran. Those men, my men, paid for my treason, while I was pretending to be a better man. This is what I am. A murderer, a traitor, a monster.
I know you're more than what you say. Have some faith in yourself.
Yes.
Who were you before this mess?
I was a captain in the Orlesian army. Well regarded, respected. But it wasn't enough. One mistake. One mistake and everything I worked for fell apart.
The man on the gallows, Mornay. Who was he?
My second in command. He was a good man. When I heard he'd been caught, I was resolved to stop his execution. For my mistake.
I need to know the details of what you did. Who you killed. Why?
I betrayed the Empire and assassinated a general, all for gold. The man was General Vincent Callier. My employer was a Chevalier, Robert Chapuis. Sir Robert believed that Grand Duke Gaspard was the rightful ruler of Orlais and would eventually take the throne. He thought that by eliminating one of Celine's loyal supporters, he might endear himself to the true Emperor. I can't say if Robert's plan would have worked. I didn't care. There was good coin offered, and I took it. By the time Sir Robert's involvement was uncovered, I was long gone. Of course, the Grand Duke disavowed any knowledge of the act and publicly condemned it. Robert killed himself. Poison in his wine. Another victim of the great game.
My reports say that Callier was with his family. You had them all slaughtered.
I didn't know Callier would be traveling with his family. I assumed only soldiers. My men had been told to eliminate everyone. They'd seen war. They thought they were defending their country. No one likes to think about that. But it's names that carry power in this world. Bloodlines. Heirs. No matter how leaders like Celine or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
But you weren't at war. Not really.
I've been on enough battlefields to know the same crime at the right time would have earned a medal. But that's what I did, and why I deserve to be here.
You got your men to help you. What did you tell them?
They didn't know who they were attacking. I told them it was an important mission. They trusted me without question, just as your men trust you.
Our men follow me because they believe our cause is righteous.
They believe it because that's what you tell them.
Ow.
There's another thing.
Yes?
I need to know about Blackwall. The real Blackwall.
We met in a tavern when I was on the run. I was nothing. A waste of life. But he wanted to recruit me. We headed to Valchavan for the joining. The Blackwall insisted on making a stop along the way. An old ruin from one of the previous blights. He said it led to the deep roads. I was to go down alone, find a darkspawn, and fill a vial with its blood. When I returned, I found the warden ambushed by more of the creatures. He took a blow for me. He shouldn't have died. It should have been me.
Not saying I disagree, but Blackwall clearly thought you were worth saving.
No one should have died for me. He would have wanted me to carry on to Valchavan, I'm certain. But without Blackwall, there's no proof that I'd been recruited. That I didn't kill him. I couldn't go to the Wardens. But I couldn't just walk away. So, Rainier died.
That's all for now.
Sí, habrá que dejar el video por aquí entonces, porque me toca hablar con Cullen, que me imagino que no es aquí afuera, digo, no es aquí adentro. Bueno, me imagino que será allá en Feudo Celestial. Nos vemos entonces en el siguiente gameplay. ¡Hasta luego!